The sound came again, a slow, deliberate shift of stone echoing from the depths of the chamber like something ancient adjusting its posture after ages of stillness. Instinct forced me to raise my light, but the darkness beyond its reach swallowed the beam as if it were absorbing it. Whatever had moved was farther ahead, beyond the platform, beyond the carved arcs of the chamber. Something was waking. My pulse quickened, but my steps remained measured. Fear was useless now. Interpretation mattered more. Holding the reliquario lumen securely against my chest, I followed the faint tremors vibrating through the floor. The chamber's geometry changed subtly as I advanced, no longer circular, but funneling inward, guiding me toward a narrowing passage. The resonance grew softer, deeper, almost guiding, almost welcoming. The passage was low enough that I had to crouch. Dust clung to my clothing in thin, pale layers. Every sound I made echoed ahead of me in warped harmonics. Like the chamber was repeating my movements with a half-second delay. I knew structures like this weren't built by chance. They funneled acoustics intentionally, either to amplify speech or to distort it. When I emerged on the other side, the space opened into a second chamber, smaller, but architecturally perfect. A hexagonal vault with walls polished like volcanic glass. Light from my lantern fractured across surfaces in subtle prisms, refracting back into dim multicolored glints that shimmered across the reliquario in my hands. I nearly forgot to breathe. At the center of the chamber was a pedestal different from the first, taller, narrower, made from the same impossible alloy as the relic. Its surface bore tiny grooves and fractal patterns that mirrored the artifact perfectly. It looked less like a pedestal and more like the cradle, a place designed for the reliquario. I approached slowly, every step deliberate. My deep brown eyes adjusted to the low light. The reflection of my thin metal glasses danced faintly across the chamber walls. I could feel something shifting inside the artifact, again, subtle pulses, like a heartbeat sensing with the room. I raised the reliquario, aligning the spirals in its core with the grooves on the pedestal. The chamber responded instantly. A soft tone, pure, crystalline, vibrated through the vault, resonating with such clarity that it bypassed my ears entirely and settled directly into my chest. The artifact's bioluminescent core brightened to a soft, swirling glow, illuminating my fieldware and casting my silhouette into long, angular shadows against the hexagonal walls. Something inside the pedestal rotated, no sound, no mechanical click, just a shift, like perfectly frictionless material adjusting to accept the relic. Every instinct told me to stop. Every part of my training told me not to, and yet, my hands moved with a certainty I couldn't explain, as if I had rehearsed this motion 1,000 times in lives I never lived. When the reliquario fit into place, the effect was immediate. The spirals in the core aligned perfectly with the fractal channels etched into the pedestal, and a soft pulse spread outward, first through the relic, then through the pedestal, then through the chamber itself. Lines of light traced themselves across the walls, illuminating symbols I had never seen before, organically geometric, shifting slightly like living diagrams, not language, not art, instruction, a sequence, a blueprint. The chamber darkened suddenly, except for the halo of light emanating from the reliquario. Patterns rearranged themselves on the walls in real time, like a memory unfolding, a memory older than civilization, older than anything recorded, older than human possibility. The pulse grew stronger, once, twice, then the floor trembled, not violently, not destructively, but with the certainty of something unlocking far beneath us, something deep, something sealed for a reason. My breath steadied, my expression tense. This was no longer an archaeological find. It was a system waiting for a key I had just inserted. Suddenly, the fractal symbols converged at the far end of the chamber, forming a single point of light that expanded into a narrow vertical line carved into the wall. A door buried for ages, a door activating now. I didn't touch it. I didn't need to. The chamber had made its decision. The line widened with a low resonant sigh of shifting stone, revealing a narrow corridor beyond, pitch black, silent, and unmistakably intentional. Something waited inside, not an object, not a mechanism, a presence, older than the reliquario, older than the chamber, older than anything I had encountered, and it knew I was here. The air grew colder, my lantern flickered, and for the first time since entering this place, I wasn't certain I should continue.